Hi everyone, it's your favorite guy once more. Just joking. I guess it could be depending on whether or not you like me, or even know me so far. Anyway, I'm Tam, and we're back with another my experiences. Giving up. When you encounter a difficult obstacle, which can sometimes be in a form, a shape of a person. Some people are just very difficult, or you have a very kind of hard goal to aspire to. For example, you're trying to be a NASA astronaut. That takes a lot of time and commitment. You have to get a PhD or something. At least a master's degree would be my expectation. And you probably have to pass some military level ish fitness tests and perform under pressure and so on. So there's a whole shebang ordeal associated with trying to become a NASA astronaut. So whatever it is, like could be a very hard goal, as in something you try to aspire to, from rags to riches, or a very difficult person. Perhaps it's your boss or a coworker or your significant other, like your spouse or girlfriend or family member, etc. You want to once you will reach a point where you feel like you have done everything, like you feel like you have tried everything, you know without the, I guess, hurting the other person's feelings or stepping on their toes too hard. So you have exhausted who you were, you exhausted who you were to that capacity. And this person just doesn't want to change or get the message, so to speak, or listen at all to even themselves, because they probably just hurt themselves in the process. For example, if somebody takes your stuff out on you, puts you down, whatever. I mean, putting somebody else's down may make you temporarily feel better about yourself. However, your own situation is probably not getting any better because somebody else probably is putting you down. So you're just perpetuating a chain, for example, and so on. So doesn't really help yourself. So, well, I mean, you reach a point where you feel you kind of just give up. Like I've done everything I possibly can, within the boundaries of like being very nice and friendly to this person, or I've done everything I can on my end to achieve this goal, like become a NASA astronaut. But for some reason, whatever it is, I can't pass the 8 minute mile test, whatever. So you feel like you want to just give up, like, oh man, throw a towel and we're done. I can't do this. And there's really only like two outcomes. Um, in that moment, you can choose to give up, so to speak, or try to continue and kind of just push through it to overcome it, to overcome the obstacle. If you do give up, what usually happens is that you try to cope with it. For example, you ring the bell, during Hell Week, when you're trying to become a Navy SEAL. You kind of just give up because it's just so cold or whatever. Or you kind of just you change your major from a electrical engineering major to I guess something kind of simpler, like mathematics, whatever. So you don't have to like deal with the hands-on lab, creating circuits, doing the kind of stuff. So you try to cope with it that way, or you try to or you find yourself going back to it, so you just walked in a circle. So either you walk in a circle, like for example, you take the same class again, next quarter, circus class, circus analysis class, or you take a week off of Navy SEALs training and kind of to recuperate medically before you try again. Like David Goggins, it took him like 3 times or something like that to actually become a Navy SEAL because it was like such a hard process. So you either kind of walk in a circle, like you walk in a circle until you kind of overcome it, or you kind of just like cope with it, and it slowly kind of like rots you away, like because you could have done better, or you could have handled the situation differently. And especially what it kind of is like, you have to work through this somehow because it's now a part of your life. It's right in front of you, it's right in front of you. So you have to somehow overcome it, either by simply recognizing that your values have changed. For example, I initially wanted to be a Navy SEAL with my intention because I wanted to, see what I was made of. See how, like, I guess how much I can push myself to the limit. And I can't really accomplish becoming a Navy SEAL because the water is just too cold. So what I can do instead that still has the same level of value, the same level of intention of worth to me, is to be like a motivational speaker, like Tony Robinson. Yeah. So you're not really quitting or giving up. You're trying to you're simply recognizing that this is probably not the way to go. So you're changing course. You're changing a different way to accomplish the same goal, the same intention, level of intention. You're still doing something that's like involved with pushing yourself and helping other people, motivational speaker, instead of like being a Navy SEAL. So you just you shift a little bit to something that still matters to you. So when you accomplish it, it still like gives you the same level of satisfaction. Like going from a electrical engineering major to a mathematics major just because it's easier won't give you the same level of satisfaction accomplishing it, because your initial intention was probably to do something kind of hard and difficult for yourself. So you want to make sure that when you do change course, you're still going to reap the same benefit, the same level of like satisfaction, emotional well being when you kind of see that through, and then you work past it and then you move on to something else. So that's kind of how it plays out when you encounter a hard person, a hard obstacle. Yeah, if you can't overcome them, like I mean, no, overcome them like ethically, like don't kick someone in the face, unless you have to, unless like they push you over the edge, then you can justify it. However, like I mean, like if you can't overcome it ethically, like like morally, etc. Yeah, you have really two options. You can kind of cope with it, and it kind of just like takes your soul out, or you kind of walk in a circle, and then you kind of just like do the same thing again. Round number two. Let's see if it works this time. So I do not suggest coping with it anything at all. Like you have to really kind of recognize your self worth, like what actually matters to you in a situation, so that you can put yourself into a different situation, similar value, and kind of move on from that. There is this psychology like uh, idea that I remember hearing, that children tend to find themselves in the same relationship down the line as was with their parents. So, however, I guess your mom or dad treats you is, how you kind of like find yourself again later down the road. The daddy issue, or I guess mommy issue, whatever you could call it. You probably find yourself in a similar like position because you really haven't worked past it. So to work past that mentally, you have mentally found yourself to be in this circumstance again with a boyfriend or girlfriend who is similar to your parents, and now you're trying to like go around, you're trying to do this again, round number two. All right, let's see if I can like overcome it this time. So you never really escape your obstacles. You never really escape your obstacles. You either learn how to succumb them, like move past them, so they no longer impede your progress towards something else. Like for example, you want to be like a doctor, or whatever, or you kind of just like walk around, or I guess walk backwards. You walk around it, or you walk around it, or you walk backwards. I mean, like it's still there. The obstacle is still there, so you have to find a way to move past it.